VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for. Steve! You cheeky bastard! I have never been so offended in all my life! This is over between me and you, sunshine. Wham, bam, this is Yabstam. When I have a sandwich, I throw in some ham. I bet you're all wondering who I am. I'm Kev Ashford, and this is... Oh, this is VanCam. And there goes the lamb. Yeah? Are you having that one? Hope everybody is alright, and welcome to this week's edition of the not world famous VanCam. Hope everybody is okay. I'm not even going to run through what's going down today because I've got shit that I need to get off my chest, and where else to start apart from this debacle that is Jose Mourinho against Paul Pogba, the spoilt brat Pogba. Anyway, I'll let you know my thoughts on that now in a thing I call VCR. And no, I don't mean the old tape recorders. Of course I don't. Kids today don't even know what that shit is. I mean VanCam Rant. Yeah, it's just been shortened down. I call it VCR because it sounds better. Let's spin this shit. It's all to do with Pogba and Mourinho. So at the minute, Manchester United making the headlines for all the wrong reasons. It does seem that we're not even talking about football. You know, that game that actually goes on the pitch. We're actually talking about shit that's going on off the field. And in particular, one person is really starting to get on my tits. Well, he always has got on my tits, but he's getting on it even more now. And I'm at the point, like Jose Mourinho, where I'm at breaking point. I would not know what to do or how to manage Paul Pogba. I just don't know what goes on in that head of his. I think he thinks he's bigger than the club. I mean, against Derby in the Carabao Cup was the perfect display of Paul Pogba thinking he is bigger than the club. I mean, I've never seen... what's he sat there dressed like Tupac Shakur for? You know, outside his private box. What is he doing outside a private box at a match? Yes, he wasn't in the squad, but surely, under Sir Alex Ferguson, the players would have sat in the south stand, you know, in the blazer, tracksuit, whatever. He sat, like I say, like some kind of rapper sat there with glasses on. And then the final nail in the coffin was the fact that he released this video of him at the match. So this is while it's going on, and he sent it out on Instagram. What's going through his head? Pretty bored here. I'll put some out to me 28.5 million followers so that they can see, you know, I'm at the match and I'm arsing around. United are paying your wages, mate, and you've been absolutely bang average all season. What are you actually giving us back? After defeat to Brighton, he comes out and says that mentally United weren't right. What do you mean mentally? Fuck, the amount of money these players are getting. I know people always say, oh, you can't take that into consideration. Of course you can. When we spend 90 million on Pogba, at the time we made him the world's most expensive player. And at this minute in time, we still don't know what his best position is. We're still fanning around. You know, he's a luxury player, and we're carrying on going, yeah, but we need to play, you know, if he plays on the left, we need somebody in there to do his leg work. He can't do the leg work. That's what 90 million gets you these days. A player who is basically, he's got the same agents as Raiola. He's like turning in to Mario Balotelli. All he's got to do now is set off some fireworks in his bedroom and then bang, pardon the pun, you know, he's turned into him. And he's fast. It's getting to the point now. He's, what, 25 years old. If he doesn't buckle up very shortly and start to achieve things at Man United or in his own personal career, instead of fucking around doing emojis and shit videos and doing all these sponsorship things off the pitch, he'll just fade away like Balotelli. Couldn't even, I think he's in France now, I was going to say, but you know where I'm getting at. You know, Balotelli was supposed to be the next big thing. Head's not right, thinks he's better than what he is. See you, mate. And the same thing will happen with Paul Pogba. And I, for one, at this minute in time, I'm totally with Jose Mourinho. We've seen all the video clips that people have retweeted and that from Sky Sports of them on the training ground. And with Mourinho, you can tell Paul Pogba's coming over, giving it the high five, acting the GOAT and all that. I'd be like... And he's obviously said to him, or it's come out, you know, about this Instagram post. And no, you can't tame these modern day football. It's all part and parcel of it. And some people will say, well, Mourinho has to accept that side of it. But not when it's at a United game that he's attending and he's posting stuff out like that he knows is going to make headlines. Paul Pogba needs to buckle up. I've said it many a times on VanCam. I've said he's got on me tits. He's on me tits now. He's trying to lick me nipple. I know it makes no sense at all. But which way is it going to go? It can go Mourinho's way or it goes Pogba's way. Mourinho's way means that Pogba goes, and I don't think a lot of United fans will be sad to see the back of him. At the same time, I think if Mourinho goes, a lot of people will be happy because he's gone and Pogba stays. But again, have we really seen the real Paul Pogba? Do we know what he brings to the party? Do we know exactly what his best position is? We're talking about a £90 million player and we're on about surrounding him with other players that will be able to free him up. Free Pogba. Let him do his shit up there. And then after the Wolves game, he has the audacity to come out after that shit 1-1 result and come out and undermine, basically, Mourinho's tactics and the style of play. That's a big no-no. Don't be a shitbag. Knock on his door and go and tell him if you've got a problem with it. Don't be doing all this shit and these cryptic clues, tweets, whatever, or via the press, and then saying, oh, don't talk to me, agent. This is a relationship that's broken down big time. But by him coming out and doing that, and this is the dickhead who gave the ball away when Wolves broke. And don't be taking that carrot that he's trying to dangle in front of you by making out that we're Man United, we want to attack. Pogba's heard United fans singing that and probably thought, I better get them back on side here, because it's very clear that the hardcore United fans, the ones that travel up and down the country, week in, week out, into Europe, whatever, have been singing Mourinho's name. United fans are behind Mourinho. They're not singing Paul Pogba's name, they're singing Mourinho's name. And Paul Pogba thought, right, if I say that at Old Trafford we need to be attacking, attack, the fans will be like, yes, Pogba, that's what we want, sunshine. It's not, because for not 1 minute do I actually believe that that's what he thought. It's just a shit, cheap little thing that he's trying to do to try and get some fans on side with him. When in theory, I think the majority will not be asked if he goes to Barcelona, wherever. I think everybody's getting tired of it now, and me, for one, I'm sick to the bastard back teeth of it. And then you talk to other United fans. I had a mate of mine, he was like, Kev, he's no different to Di Maria, the snake, what he did. I said, oh, it's totally different. I mean, the way Pogba's going about this, at least Di Maria, we always knew from the minute he signed that he never actually wanted to sign for United. He wanted to go to PSG, and he never made any secret of it. He didn't rock up going, I'm at my spiritual home, I'm going to spend the rest of my career here and all that, like Pogba, you know, Pogback, hashtag, whatever shit that was, and all this, Pogba's coming home, I'm in my spiritual home. Are you balls, man? If you were, you'd be putting in the effort, and why the fuck are you trying to now get out of the club? Oh, it's because of Mourinho. Start putting in some performances, for Christ's sake! Alright, so after that training ground spat, it has actually come out. It was a bit of a misunderstanding. Apparently Paul Pogba tried uploading this video whilst the match was on. Didn't upload till after it. Mourinho actually thought that Pogba had done this after the game, and in a strange kind of way was actually laughing at the fact that Man United had been knocked out. So that one is settled, but what I liked about Mourinho is the fact that he challenged him straight away. He must have knew that the cameras were there at the time, so it was going to make headlines. Apparently the press officer has made a bit of a fuck up here, because he, you know, said it did get uploaded after, which it did, but apparently because of Wi-Fi problems or something. Listen, at the end of the day, all you need to know and ask is why, regardless of whether it was uploaded, what time it was uploaded, I don't give a shit about that. What is Paul Pogba doing getting his phone out during a match and fucking about? There's nothing worse. When you're at Old Trafford yourself, I see people, I'm watching a match, I'm getting into it, go on Fellaini lad, yeah! And then in front of me I can see somebody And you can blatantly see they're on Facebook or Twitter or something, scrolling through. Who's asked about what people are at? What food they're eating? What drinks they're having? Cheeky Nando's, all that shit. Just save it and watch the bastard match. And that applies to Paul Pogba as well. Right, it's time for Fellaini Watch. Some say that the macaque monkey actually originated from his hair, and that on a weeknight he loves nothing better than watching Babe Station with a cup of Tetley tea and a biscuit, of course. All that we know is he's called Fellaini. Great ball in, here's a big man! No! You bushy haired tit! Okay, so this is Fellaini Watch. So this week, okie dokie, so this is Fellaini Watch. Jade Adams sent this in and said, guess who has made 100 starts for Manchester United? Took me a couple of minutes, man. I'm looking at the picture, I'm thinking, who's got a big bushy head of hair? It's Fellaini! Fellaini has made 100 starts for Man United, which is pretty impressive in itself. If that wasn't impressive enough, I didn't get to comment, but the back-to-back games with Watford and was it Burnley before that, Marouane Fellaini, man of the match, back-to-back games. Oh yeah, smoking. The man is smoking. He really is. But what I will say about Fellaini is, in these away games, he does offer protection in front of what is a pretty shit centre-back pairing. Well, if you throw Smalling, Jones, Bailly's alright, Lindelof's a bit, don't know about him, but Fellaini offers that protection. But what I will say then, against Wolves, when you're playing him in a holding midfield role, against Wolves at home, when we should be going for it, and that's what got us knocked out of the Champions League against Seville last year. It's negative, my friends, and Fellaini sitting in front of the back four, you know, I don't know, that's Fellaini Watch. Studio effects are off the scale today. That was Fellaini Watch. Next, we're going to get into a thing called CockStroker of the Week. It's self-explanatory. It does exactly what it says on the tin. I'm just going to give out a number one this week, so we'll run through this really quickly. Ladies, gentlemen, cats, dogs, pigs, whatever, this is CockStroker of the Week. Hands on the wheel all the time. CockStroker of the Week. This is CockStroker of the Week. Now, there's been loads of them this week. Solomon Orison on the Facebook page, he nominated Daniel Sturridge for that miss, and it was a close one. I was going to put it in. Obviously, Paul Pogba got a few shouts for the Instagram post during the match and all that. I've explained all that anyway. But this one, what I would say, you know, the radar's here, it's under the radar. That's the one, that's the thing I was looking for. This one went under the radar. But hear me out, especially if you're a Liverpool fan and you're thinking, Kev, you're being Kloppist. Oh, give it away. Yes, number one this week is Jurgen Klopp. Now, this is because Jurgen Klopp, his treatment of Shaqiri. Now, he played him the other week. They were winning 3-0 at half-time. He ripped Shaqiri off at half-time. By all means, I don't watch Liverpool, but he was having a decent game and they could have kept him on. But he went defensive. He took Shaqiri off and they ended up winning 3-0, so no further goals. Now, if that was Mourinho, there'd be an outcry, wouldn't there? He's too negative. He's too negative. Fast forward to the next match, Shaqiri gets a right dressing down on the pitch. It should flick up here. He's having a right go at him, and God knows what, only knows what he's saying. He's probably saying, you little shithouse, you know, you must do what I tell you to do. I know that doesn't sound like Klopp, but you get the gist of it. And the thing is, this went under the radar, because if it was Mourinho, in fact, we've been through it. Remember with Luke Shaw, you know, the touchline, and he's giving him shit and trying to encourage him. But the press say, oh, and even the Liverpool fans fall for it. Oh, Klopp's brilliant. Look at the way that he's managing Shaqiri. No, bollocks. He's having a right good go at him there, whether he deserved it or not. Why I'm giving Jurgen Klopp is for the fact that if this was Mourinho and he was having a go at Martial, Pogba, somebody like that, it would make headlines. And this didn't, because at the risk of repeating myself again, it went under the radar, man. You know what I'm saying? And for that reason, this week, he should get it every week. Big set of Newton Eves on him, and German Newtons. It is this week's CockStroker of the week goes to Jurgen Kloppity Klopp. And I'm not being Kloppist. I'm not. CockStroker of the week. That was CockStroker of the week, done and dusted for another week. I will leave next week to update the VanCam Fantasy Premier League or whatever it is. I'll let this week's round of games run through, and then we'll see what the table looks like. We'll be getting a clear indication of who is going to be fighting for the big prize and who's going to finish rock bottom. Anyway, let's end the show with your comments, a chance for you shower of wankers to have your say, and also we'll have a little look at West Ham, and I can tell you what to expect from what could be a difficult game down at the Olympic Stadium. I said your love, keep on lifting me higher and higher. Sex, drugs and sausage rolls. Shut up. Sex, drugs and sausage rolls. That's all anybody needs in this time. Sex, drugs and sausage rolls. Yeah? You having that? Thought you were. This is your comments. It's the chance for you shower wankers to have your say. Had to do it in the house again this week. Had no time at all to be doing it in the wagon. But I hope you can appreciate that at least I'm bringing it to you. You know what I mean? From Ashford Towers. Dave Birtwistle was one of the first in this week with a little request. And of course I'm going to follow that through, Mr. Birtwistle. Oh, Bertie, yeah. Nothing to do with Man City like Bertie Magoo, but he said, Mrs. Bertie and me, 16 years wed today. Shout out next week, or am I being a cheeky bastard? Well, you're not, mate. And I tell you something, right? To your wife, God love her, God help her. You would seriously get less for murder. That's all I'm going to say. But in all fairness, as long as you're both happy and all that, that's all that matters. Have an absolute belter, or you might have had it. Whatever, you know what I mean? And all the best for the future. Going in next was Robert Ingram, who said that guy Steve runs fast. Sign him up to replace Smalling and Jones. Steve is a cheeky bastard, especially when I give him money to go to the shop. Always seems to shortchange me, and by the time I've clocked, whew, you know what I mean? He's gone. It's like Usain Bolt in his prime. James Arnold said Joe saying United need to get the house in order, shut off from the press and ban them. If anything, I think that thing this week that we've seen with Pogba and Mourinho, I think it was clearly, I'd say staged. Yeah, I'll say staged because they knew the cameras were there. Not from Pogba's point of view, but more Mourinho's. I think he was trying to make a point. It's kind of made him look a little bit daft in the fact that the press officer has given the wrong information or whatever. But like I said earlier, what has he got his phone out for? Dressed like Tupac Shakur in, you know, the Theatre of Dreams, doing that shit whilst the match is going on after he's been omitted from the squad. Strange things going on, man. RH, simple on the YouTube, simple name, man, or whatever, said, P.S. you're a mix between Avid Merrion and Michael Carrick. I can deal with Michael Carrick, I've had that a couple of times, but Avid Merrion, you cheeky bastard! Who are you? Yeah, I'll have ya, I'll have ya. Birtwistle was back in and said, what's happening to our club? Mate, public show of dissent in training, manager loses his mojo. Sad times, my friend, sad times. It is, and nobody wants to see this at United. What I will say is, we've seen it before with Mourinho, and look at the way it ended at Chelsea. At the end of the day, the directors, the board or whatever, they're not going to sack all the players and say, we'll keep Mourinho in charge, you know, get rid of all them players. Player power's there. It is there, and these players these days, I know it never happened under Sir Alex Ferguson, so a lot of us are not used to this. Ferguson dealt with it, and if they continue to be a problem, they were gone. Roy Keane, Van Nistelrooy, David Beckham, no player was bigger than the club. Sir Alex Ferguson moved them on. My only worry at the minute is I can see Man United getting rid of Mourinho over Pogba. Not for footballing reasons, purely for financial reasons. They know how much coin Pogba brings in, shirt sales, all these stupid adverts, whatever, all that's the dab, you know what I mean? Down with the kids, man. But yeah, I reckon they'll definitely decide to get rid of Mourinho over Pogba. But it won't be football decision, it'll be money, it'll be financial. The Glazers will have a say in it. Obviously, they'll be like, listen, this Pogba, you know, we've already got the cash cow here, we're minted and we'll get more money in through him, you know, get rid of Mourinho. But hope it doesn't happen. If it was the other way around, I'd have Pogba on his bike, I would. Robert Ingram said, Kev, United should wear the pink uniform. I like that, uniforms. Uniforms from now on. I'll tell you something, Rob Ingram. I'll tell everybody in the VanCam community right now. I mean, anybody that watches will know that I'm a fountain of knowledge. It just comes out. So listen to this one. Pink uniforms, pink kits I like to call them. But whilst playing in the Man United pink kit, Man United have never been defeated. They've won every game. You having that? Next in was Alexander Martin Jones, who said, hey Kev, I actually thought you were a member of East 17. Cheeky bastard! Down! Quiet, Cara. If anyone's never seen Cara, she looks a bit like that meerkat off, you know, the Go Compare. Well, no, it's not Go Compare, is it? The insurance advert. Look at the camera. Look at the size of a man. I inherited this when I got with the wife, you see. I wouldn't have bought that. And I never walk her because you got a pink lead, haven't you? You alright? Hey? Woo! Woo! Nothing. A cheeky Next in, Bruce McIntosh. I think this is the last one now. No subject, just a photograph. Cheeky bastard! Is that Gary Glitter? Who is it? I thought it's Mel Gibson, innit? It was Gary Glitter then. It's still bad though. Oh, you cheeky bastard. Right, that is the end of the show. I was going to do tactical analysis, but I've not had time to get it together. All I would say is that I can see Fellaini playing. I don't mind it. I know some people will laugh, but he's got to protect either Lindelof, Jones. I didn't even mention Phil Jones' penalty miss. Do you know what? I'm not even going to mention it. All I will say is Phil. I can never call him just Phil Jones. I call him Phil fucking Jones. And I know people, bit of a swear word dropped in. Do you know what I mean? Just dropping it in. What I mean by that is anything that ever happens with Phil Jones. Think back to the FA Cup final last season. He just does these mad moments. You know, he gives a penalty away, and I never just go Phil Jones. I just go Phil fucking Jones. Same thing the other night. There's been loads of these things through his United career, and it's because he's been built up so big, and these things just keep happening. And the same the other night when he was coming up to take the penalty. You know, it was a great shootout until then. Goal flying in left, right, centre. Keeper's got no chance. And I see him trudging up. I'm sat there. Phil fucking Jones. And when the keeper saves it, again, Phil fucking Jones. So put that one in the bag, yeah? You can have that one. I'm sure there's loads of people out there who have that Phil fucking Jones-itis. You just can't, it's like a Tourette's. You can't hold it back. It just gets fired in the minute you put Phil and Jones together. You know, that should be probably his middle name, actually. If it was my son, I'd definitely rename it that anyway. Listen, it's West Ham at the Olympic Stadium. Make sure you enjoy its 12:30 kickoff and all that. If you're watching after, Man United will have won 2-0. Don't put all the money on it if you're watching before it, because I don't want people coming back saying, you said United would win 2-0, you know what I mean? I've lost the house, the wife, the kids need feeding, the dog's barking outside. Because I can't be held responsible for that shit. It's just a prediction. That's what I think anyway. And on next week's VanCam, I will be back. I'll be doing all the proper stuff, the big VanCam debate and all that. I've just not had a chance to really fit it in today because I went off on one in VCR about Paul Pogba. Make sure you enjoy the match. Of course you will. Enjoy your week. You don't really need me to tell you that, do you? Anyway, for United, come on, United! Come on, get the duck!